a lot of corruption with petrol.
I see them for hotel, I see them for market. And if you see them, you go know.
They say you get where them, then they embalm themselves, but me, I never go to that place before.
Let's discuss the headlines and politics.
Going by the Senate Standing Orders of 2011 as amended, which is the genuine and authentic because it has never. I need protection. Will you shut up?
Get involved. Air your opinions. In this republic, we don't turn off your mic. Join us on Bright Republic, weekdays, 8 a.m.
Good morning to you and welcome to another edition of Bright Republic right here on the blazing voice of talk, information plus entertainment. 4 minutes gone past the hour of 8 o'clock. And of course, interesting conversation on the headlines this morning as APC are actually currently going on with their primaries, which is holding in at the Eagle Square here in Abuja. A lot of ado about the APC primaries. So many interesting highlights from the APC, and some people are saying it's been a moment of stepping down at the APC primaries, similar to what we saw at the PDP primaries. But it is shocking that we've seen a massive number of aspirants at the APC primaries step down for one candidate or the other. We'll be bringing you up to speed with that particular development on the headline this morning. My name is Simeon Sunday. You're officially welcome to the show. Of course, I have Ejiro Onwata right here. Good morning to you, Ejiro.
Good morning, Simeon.
And of course, we were supposed to have Fine Face a couple of days. He has been stuck. But Ejiro actually brought another angle to the story about Fine Face, which could be true. Hopefully, when he comes around tomorrow, he will be answering these questions.
Yes, I was wondering, Fine Face, are you now a delegate in disguise? I've not seen you in 2 days.
The amazing thing about Fine Face absence from Bright Republic, it started yesterday, and yesterday we saw that was when the convention of the APC officially, some would say, kicked off. The primaries itself. Yesterday was the day for the primaries. Yesterday was the day, delegates gathered at Eagle Square to vote, their candidate, despite the fact that voting is still on, even as we speak to you right now this morning. But Fine Face is nowhere to be found. Hopefully, the story of him being stuck in traffic a couple of days, we just hope it is true, and not that he is at Eagle Square voting for one delegate or stepping down for another delegate. Anyway, let's get straight into the conversation for today. And of course, we'll be picking off our headline on The Guardian. And on The Guardian, the headline says, a consensus fails. 14 aspirants on ballot for APC Consensus fails. 14 aspirants on ballot for APC presidential ticket. And a lot of decks or follow-up stories to that headline. And part of the headline on The Guardian this morning, because our main conversation will be on the APC this morning, where you can actually join in and get to talk to us about it. Part of the headline, which is the deck, it says Akpabio, Mosun, Fayemi, 4 others step down for Tinubu. And also part of the headline still says Osibanjo defies pressure to step down for Tinubu. And also part of the headline still says Buhari rally support for candidates with best chances. And Tinubu pledges to unite Nigerians, tackle insecurity. And Yahya Bello have insisted that he did not come this far to chicken out. And of course, Onu, one of the aspirants, have actually cried out on the marginalization of Ndigbo, and Ahmed Lawan, one of the aspirants as well, actually seek delegate support, says parliamentarians make the best leaders. And also Rotimi Ameji made his plea to delegates yesterday. We also saw Tunde Bakare, a lead delegate, on a moment of silence for the Owo victims, and also he insisted that he will not step down for anyone at the primaries. And also another development we saw at the APC primaries was the EFCC officials storming the Eagle Square in their regalia. And now to the details of that particular headline, or the headlines we just shared this morning right here on Bright Republic. But before we go straight into, but I will talk about the details shortly after I get to fill you into some of the activities that happened yesterday and is still going on right now at the Eagle Square as pertaining the APC primaries. So let me start the conversation, the soundbite with that of Professor Yemi Osinbajo. He made a resounding statement yesterday at the APC primaries where he talked about several things, talked about how he will harness Nigeria's resources to ensure that Nigeria becomes one of the best nations in the world. He talked about a lot of things, and of course, he didn't end the statement like that. He left his statement hanging with a particular state question, which got Nigerians, applauding him. And even at the state box at Eagle Square, where the primaries happened, a lot of dignitaries who were there, some gave him a standing ovation, some stood up to clap for the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, whom a lot of people have said betrayed his principal, talking about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Anyway, you need to hear Osinbajo himself speak at the APC convention.
The future of our children compels us and compels all of you, our distinguished delegates, to vote right tonight. We are a religious nation. We believe in the power of prayer. We all pray for a country that is peaceful and prosperous. But God allows us, by our voting, to show Him whether we mean the prayers we pray or not. You cannot wish this country well and vote for someone you do not believe in. You cannot. So when you vote tonight, so our dear delegates, when you vote tonight, be sure, our dear delegates, when you vote tonight, know that your vote carries the answer to your prayers for our country and for our future.
Okay, this was the statement that got, Nigerians talking, that Osinbajo was actually trending on social media. Some said it was a direct shade at his principal, talking about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who actually made him the Attorney General of Lagos State when he was the sitting governor of the Lagos State at the time, saying, at this point, your vote is the answers to your prayers. And of course, God will see if truly you mean your prayers by voting who you want. So looking at that particular
find and like us on Facebook.
Statement was actually done to shade Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because he said you cannot vote for who you do not believe in. And of course, meaning Nigerians believe in him, the delegates believe in him, and of course, they should ensure they vote for him at the primaries.
Well, that statement is correct, but the power of the dollar can make them do otherwise.
By power of the dollar, what do you mean? Who's sharing dollars? Who's giving dollars?
It has been alleged that there were dollars flying around everywhere. Though the EFCC were there, but there are so many waters passing under the bridge. We do not know the colors of this water, but from what we've heard, the sharing has been done in the hotel room before they even stormed the venue. So the presence of the EFCC there is just to stop some of those shady deals that could have happened on the venue. So as for what Osiban just said, I kind of agree with him, because if you truly believe in somebody, you should put your vote where your mouth is. It's high time we don't just give lip service to our country. Then at the end of the day, we start complaining of things not being right when we had the opportunity to make things right. So some of these delegates, if anything goes wrong with this, we are to hold them responsible. All right, it's high time we start looking at the root of our problems, because these delegates are the ones to really give us who to vote at the end of the day. So if they don't get it right, it means Nigerians cannot get it right as well.
Okay. Anyway, looking at that, you're saying if the delegates do not get it right, the Nigerians will not get it right as well. So, following the outcome of the APC primaries, as much as voting is still on, and after which we will see the collation of the votes, and of course the sorting and all of that, and the official announcement of who the winner will be. But the big moment of the governing APC came last night, and yesterday's special convention of the APC was the climax of all the horse trading and the back and forth debate on consensus on zoning controversy. And the nation actually waited for the commencement of the presidential primary, and at exactly 7:42 p.m. The long drawn contest began with the arrival of the president, talking about President Muhammadu Buhari, to the Eagle Square, clearly 4 hours behind his scheduled appearance to kickstart the exercise. And all day leading aspirants and party stakeholders, especially the progressive governors, threw in all into the game in a last-minute effort to make all contending forces align for the long night ahead. And President Buhari, who is stepping down after the 2 terms he's allowed in the constitution, has spent days leading up to the convention in negotiations with APC leaders seeking unity over a party candidate. And of course, the fate of the party depends on what we do hear. One of the APC chairman, Abdullahi Adamu, said, echoing the president's call for unity in the ranks. But despite the clamor for consensus candidates, this did not actually happen, as 14 of the aspirants' names were on the ballot. And of course, this actually was against the pronouncement of Adamu Abdullahi, who is the chairman of the party, announcing Ahmed Lawan as the consensus candidate of the APC. And also yesterday we saw, the turnout of events where delegates in about their numbers, over 2,322 delegates were at Eagle Square, to cast their vote to determine who will be the flag bearer of the party. And also starting the train of stepping down, we saw one of the aspirants, the former governor of Akwa Ibom State and the minister of the Niger Delta, talking about Akpabio, stepped down or withdrew from the contest to throw his weight behind Tinubu. We also saw Governor of Ogun State, Senator Ibukele Amosun, also stepped down. We saw Kayode Fayemi, the governor of Ekiti State. We saw the Speaker of the House of Reps, former Speaker, I beg your pardon, Dimeji Bankole, who stepped down to throw his support behind Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We also saw Governor Abubakar Badaro of Jigawa State stepped down as well. We saw Senator Ajayi Boniface stepping down, and also we saw the only female who contested at the APC primaries, talking about Uju Ohanenye, who also stepped down her ambition yesterday, saying yes, it is not time for her to become the president. Anyway, this was what Uju had to say when she stepped down at the party's primary just recently. This is Uju stating that she had to take that singular decision in the interest of the people.
After I've seen the event of things and how things are, thank you people so much But after I've seen the event of things and how things are going, I found out that we still need some more time for it to happen. So based on this, I am pleading with all the delegates to know that their vote is a lifesaver. We have our children to think of, especially their future. We have our mothers to think of. We have our nation to think of. Let them try and vote right for somebody who will be able to achieve all this for the brighter future of our children. That is what I'm pleading with the delegates. Your vote is a lifesaver. Please utilize it well for the right candidates. And I feel, as Barrister Mrs. Uju Kennedy Ohanenye, that I should step aside for that lifesaver and the best candidate, who is Asiwaju Bola Tinubu.
Okay, that was the only female aspirant at the APC primaries, stepping down for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And also another person who stepped down for another candidate was Nicholas Felix, who decided to step down for the vice president, talking about Professor Yemi Osinbajo.
Apart from the north and the south, Nigerians are divided into two religions. We have East Muslim and Christian. I grew up with Muslim, wonderful people. Many of them are my friends, but we cannot have a Muslim and Muslim ticket in this election. And that's why I have decided to step down and show my full support to His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. Listen to me, all my delegates. Many of you, I spoke to you one-on-one. Many of you I called. Even until yesterday, I am asking, if you want the youth voice to be heard in Nigeria, if you want the youth to be in the cabinet, vote for Yemi Osinbajo.
Okay, so that was, Onu actually, not, I beg your pardon, talking about this, that he had to step down for Professor Yemi Osinbajo, that is Nicola Felix, who did this yesterday at the APC primaries. So many developments to talk about at the APC primaries. And also, we saw an intriguing moment when Onu, the former Minister of Science and Technology, decided to, some said he cried foul, that he was hoping that the ticket will be zoned to the southeast, and he asked a critical question: where is the justice? And this has been a major trend on social media since he made this particular statement.
Now, Mr. President will be completing his tenure by 29th of May next year. I think, naturally, it should be somebody from the southeast. I'm not saying this because I'm from the southeast. Somebody from the southeast that will now replace him. And that will give the opposite of South versus North and Christian versus Muslim. And it will bring stability to our nation. It will strengthen the unity of Nigeria. And I believe that this should have been done. And I personally, 23 years ago, I made a personal sacrifice when there were three parties, and I held the presidential ticket of one of the three. But I had to let it go in order to solve a problem in the southwest, to make sure that two Olus contested for the presidency. That head or tail, one will become a president. And that brought down tension in the country. And this is what would have happened if we allow the southeast to, which is look at it. The southwest has 8 years as president, 8 years as vice president. Well, can you at the south, they have 8 years vice president and president. Where is the justice? Where is the justice? Where is the justice? We need to do what is right. May God bless Nigeria. May God bless our party. I thank you so much.
Okay, so, Ejiro, this is the Minister of Science and Technology talking about Bunaya Onu, saying he spoke more on justice and fairness. He did not even speak more on his ambition, despite the fact that he is one of the aspirants at the primaries. We were expecting him, like every other candidate, come to talk about what they've done, possibly him talking about what he did as the Minister of Science and Technology and some of the portfolios he has held nationally. And we did not see him do this. Rather, he was talking about, justice. He was talking about fairness. He was talking about equity. He also actually took us down memory lane where he got to talk about him stepping down, even before the 1999 election for the two Olus. And we know who he was referring to because he felt whatever it is, he had to jettison his ambition for another region. So for peace to reign and all of that. And now he said he was expecting that to play out at, the APC primaries and even days leading to the primaries, despite the call for consensus candidate, despite the call for zoning, where we also saw the APC northern governors clearly state that they are throwing their weight behind a southern candidate, not talking about the south, whether it's from the southeast or the southwest. And Ono is saying this is what the delegates should do. They should throw their weight behind anybody from this particular region because this is the right thing to do at this time, considering that we've had several region be presidents. We've seen Olusegun Obasanjo 8 years as the president from 1999 till about 2007 before the emergence of Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. At that time, we saw 8 years president. The vice president, Yemi Osinbajo, will be wrapping off next year. That is another 8 years from someone from the southwest. He talked about the north where President Muhammadu Buhari will be wrapping off 8 years as well. And looking at Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, the late Yar'Adua, former president, who stayed for about 2 years or almost 3 years in office before he passed on. Some would say that is 10 years of the North ruling. And now it's time for power to shift to the Southeast. And some are saying we might not see this happen.
Well, I empathize with him. What he has said, he has really painted the real picture of how things were. And then I think at this point, the northern governors who were saying they support power shift to the south should have really be more specific, letting them know that this thing should be microzone to the southeast because naturally that is what it ought to be to down the pressure and tension in the southeast because these persons feel really marginalized, and then they have every right to feel marginalized because given the calculation he has given us, he has shown us, we've not seen anybody from the southeast who has really occupied that kind of position, and it's really not nice. We are one Nigeria, so they ought to have a shot at the presidency or at the vice president at least. So I think Ogbonaya Onu really painted the picture the way it ought to be. Rather than him coming there to talk about what he has achieved, he used his own time to really make a case for the southeast, and then that is what it is. So I think at this point, I don't know how the APC will be able to manage this because given what we've seen, if the ticket is thrown at Tinubu, if Tinubu eventually wins this ticket, it means that some permutations are saying that means he's going to pick a Muslim from the north, and then that will not really augur well for the Christians in the south because they'll feel marginalized as well. Already the Southeast feel marginalized because they are not being given the opportunity to have a shot at the presidency. So now Tinubu winning the ticket as well will become another issue on its own. So at this point, I honestly, like I said before on this platform, what we have is pretenders and contenders. Now it's beginning to play out. We begin to see the colors of the waters going under this bridge, because some persons are just there to secure an office for the next administration, and that's what we've seen. They know some of these persons stepping down, they actually knew that there's no way they can even get one vote All right, so this is just politics playing out. They are now stepping down so that they can be
seven candidates stepping down for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday.
Yes, because these persons, if you check these persons, if you really do a very critical analysis of these persons who stepped down, at the end of the day, if really they go through this voting process, I can bet you some of them will not even get a vote. So that's why they are stepping down. So that tomorrow, and then let me tell you another thing. If eventually Tinubu wins, you will find out that these persons must be given a position in his administration.
Anyway, we'll go pay some bills. Of course, when we come back, we'll be talking about the statement credited to Yahya Bello, where we heard Yahya Bello himself saying he has come too far at this point to chicken out. Remember, there were videos surfacing online at the time where we saw him storming out of a particular meeting. Later on, he had a meeting with key stakeholders of the APC where he went, according to him, to clear the air on what really transpired and why he stormed out of that meeting, despite the fact that the media claimed that he wasn't down with whoever Adamu paged as the consensus candidate of the APC. Anyway, when we come back, we'll get to hear what Yahya Bello had to say on the night yesterday, as well as other candidate Tunde Bakare, who also said he will not step down for anybody at the APC primaries. Just stay with us. Definitely, we will be right back.
On Facebook. Follow us on Instagram.
Tell your friends and family about us.
It's Bright 98.7.
The 2023 election countdown has begun. 3, 2, 1. The Nigerian people are highly anticipating and expectant and ready with their permanent voters' cards to elect new governors, legislators, and the president. Who will that be? Consultations are underway. Intrigues, debates, campaigns. Let's talk politics. How will the rise in the dollar price affect inflation rate, trade, manufacturing, and the market? Let's talk economy. The deliverables of democracy. Is the mission on target? Let's talk good governance. Opinions, analysis, and debates on Nigerian Watch with Abso Baba live every weekday, 7 p.m. on TSTV channel 102, starting June 6, 2022. Nigerian Watch. Keeping an eye on the nation. Powered by TSTV. Connecting your world.
You're welcome back to Bright Republic right here on Bright 98.7. 29 minutes gone past 8 o'clock. Of course, my name is Simon Sunday and Ejiro Nota still here as we go through, some of the activities, what actually transpired at the APC primaries all through last night till this morning. For some of us who monitored it all through without even closing our eyes so that we can actually bring this information to your doorstep and also to your radio set and TV screens this morning. We have to do all we can to ensure we even get some of the sound bites of the aspirants and what they said, who said what, and how they said it. And now let's talk about Yahya Bello. We saw Yahya Bello, do something which a lot of people said was dramatic yesterday at the APC primaries. Before we get to what he said, remember prior to this time, he has in a way insinuated that certain individuals within the party are taking certain decisions on their own and they're doing certain things which doesn't even go down well with him. No wonder we saw him storm out of that meeting angrily 2 days ago, despite the fact that the reason behind him storming out is not too clear, but we know it is not unconnected from the fact that a decision was pronounced or a pronouncement was made by the chairman of the party talking about Adamu. And then we saw something that Yahya Bello did yesterday after giving his resounding statement and also saying he will not chicken out at this time in the primaries and he will not step down for anybody. He went into the state box where he exchanged pleasantries with some leaders of the party. The president was in the state box. Adams Oshomole was clearly there. Even the wife of the president was also there. He exchanged pleasantries with certain individuals, and we clearly saw Yahya Bello walked past Adamu, the chairman of the party, without even exchanging pleasantries with him, despite the fact that he was seated directly in front of where Yahaya Bello was passing. And some said it seemed like all is not well between Yahaya Bello and the chairman of the party.
Well, first off, Simeon, I'm not a fan of Yahaya Bello, but I must really give it to him. He is a very courageous man because he refused to step down. He stood his ground. And then we saw what he did by snubbing Adamu. You know, he just went to the president, and then it's a clear statement, all right, that he's not somebody that would chicken out. And I admire his courage as a youth. Yes, I would like to call him a youth because we've seen people who are older than him still claim they are youth. So he's a youth. Having said that, he is saying that the northern governors are saying the power should shift to the south, and he's not.
He wasn't consulted. That was what he said.
Okay, he wasn't
consulted.
Actually, I heard him said if the president have asked him to step aside, he will. That only the president have the right to tell him to do that. But you see, if he's saying that power should not move to the south, and then at the end of the day you want the southerners to vote for you, it won't work. All right, he should be mindful of that because he's opposing power moving to the south, and then you want to campaign, you want those persons to vote for you. At the end of the day, it will not work.
No, the question is, a lot of people have said is, as much as most of the APC governors, 13 according to reports, actually agreed for power to move to the south, and he was one of the person that reports actually had that he did not support the move. Now the question is, was it with the decision being made, or is it with an individual who actually, because we clearly saw what happened between him and Adamu, and we know that all is not well and all is not fine between him and Adamu. Now, we know that the northern governors wanted a southern president, and he said he wasn't consulted before such decision was made. Now, the problem is he having a problem with the choice of the southern president, the northern president, the governors, or is he having a problem with this decision because he wasn't consulted, because that was what he clearly stated?
Well, politics is about interest. All right, he's trying to protect his own interests at the detriment of Nigeria as a whole. Because what I see playing out is that if you want, what he's trying to paint out is that if you want me to step aside, then what are you bringing to the table for me? Because that's what I see. Because he making a statement that it's only the president that can ask him to step down, that he will obey because he respects the president so much. Then saying that the governors did not consult him, I don't think that's a statement of fact because he's a governor as well. There's no way such meeting will be held without him having knowledge of what decision they are taking. All right. So I think personally he wants to know what he stands to get if he stepped down, because having spent 100 million, I mean, he doesn't want to just throw that money away. And then we've seen him going around consulting and all that. So I think he expects something concrete to be offered to him, in form of maybe a promise or something. Should be not just telling him to step aside. Yeah, if the president is asking him to step down, he will do that because he knows at the end of the day something concrete must have been made for him to really benefit from, not the state governors. And then for Adamu, he has this personal, I think it's a personal non grata as it is now, because we've seen that he felt Adamu is just coming up with his own interest, all right, saying that he wants to endorse Ahmed Lawan, and he's not okay with that, which is normal. So give it to Yahaya Bello. I admire his courage for really standing his ground.
Okay, for you to say Adamu is a persona non grata, that means he's unaccepted by certain people. We do not know. We know Yahaya Bello doesn't even accept him in the first place. But who are other people who are not accepting Adamu as the chairman of the party? Anyway, away from that, this is what Yahaya Bello clearly stated yesterday when he took to the stage to talk about, to woo the delegates on the side and tell them what they need to do at the primaries.
We didn't come this far to chicken out. We are here to win. I am here to build on the legacies of President Muhammadu Buhari. And by the grace of God, we are here to make a history. And this is the time for you to become part of that history. And I am very confident that after a clean, clear, transparent electoral process today, then I shall become victorious and I shall be the flag bearer of all Progressives Congress who will go ahead to defeat PDP, to defeat Atiku. I am that candidate that will do that. And how did I do that in Kogi State? I inherited a PDP state when I assumed office. And today, Kogi State has become 100% APC. And by the grace of God, it shall never go back to APC.
Okay, so that was Yaya Bello saying he will not chicken out. And another person who also declared that he will not chicken out of the race, rather, he will not step down. He is going to contest is Pastor Tunde Bakare.
President, dear delegates, the time is now and the hour has come. Tonight, I'm not here to step down for anyone. I respect all aspirants and I've said wonderful things about them, including Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. But I am here by the grace of God to step up with the support of the delegates as the 16th President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Okay, so that was Tunde Bakare saying he is not stepping down for anybody. Anyway, before we move on, I know a lot of people will be expecting me to play the soundbite of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But before we get there, let's talk about, Rotimi Amechi, the Minister of Transportation, who actually declared as well and tried to woo the delegate to his side.
When you elect me, there will be rule of law and order. Anybody who commits crime will be punished for committing crime. People will not be let off the hook because you're important. Your lives are important. Trust me. Do what? Trust me. Very few of you who are honest. May God bless you as you go out there, challenged by God, challenged by your conscience, and put your money in your pocket. And vote for Chibike Rotimi Amechi.
Okay, saying put your money in your pocket. At that point, questions were raised. What does it mean by telling the delegates to put their monies in their pockets? Is it trying to insinuate that, yes, certain individuals paid, the delegates to vote for them? Rather, take this money, but vote for me, Rotimi Amechi. And he also made a statement as well, saying the delegates should trust him because there are only a few honest people. So now he is saying is one of by this, he's crediting himself as, the most honest person amongst all the aspirants. He also said something that is going to bring the rule of law, ensure that those who fall to the law will be brought to justice, and all of that. He talked about a lot of stuff. So what do you have to say about Rotimi Amechi's statement yesterday?
Well, Simeon, if you can remember, I said it has been alleged that dollars were going around, and then Rotimi Amechi has just made that known to everybody that some persons actually shared money in their hotel rooms. All right, it's not on the venue because we've seen EFCC there. In fact, let me tell you one thing: EFCC now have a whole lot on their plate after these primaries. If really they want to work after these primaries, they should start going through the bank account of all these delegates because there's a whole lot to unravel. All right, so I think they should start work immediately because monies exchange hands, and Rotimi Amechi has just told us that I think it's high time the FCC get to work immediately.
Okay, while we also talk about the EFCC, but before we get to the EFCC's presence at the APC primaries, remember, we also called on them that they should ensure they are present at the APC primaries just the way they made some would call a victorious or gallant entrance into the PDP's venue, or when they had their primaries at the Velodrome somewhere in the National Stadium in Abuja. And now let's get to talk about Rochas Okorocha. We saw Rochas, the embattled ex-governor of Imo State and also a senator, decided to talk about his pedigree as a politician. According to him, I monitored everything he said. He said he has actually tested all angles or all arms of government. As an executive, he was the former governor of Imo State. As a legislator, he is in the Senate at the moment. He also talked about the judiciary, where he holds a master's degree in law. So he said he is the most qualified candidate amongst everyone at the primaries yesterday.
On Facebook. Follow us on Instagram.
Tell your friends and family about us.
It's Bright 98.7.
Let me tell you, all this dramatic political jingoism, which is going on here, does not address the matter before us. I don't want anyone to step down for me. If you can step down the sufferings of the masses of Nigeria. I'm qualified in the three arms of government. I'm a lawyer with master's degree. I have experience in judiciary. I'm a former governor of Imo State 2 times. I have experience in the executive. And I'm a sitting senator. I have experience in the legislature. I have this experience in all aspects of our nation. So to you, my delegates, thank God that this power today is not in the hand of the high and mighty. It's in your hand. I don't know what they may have told you. I don't know what they must have said to you. You must think twice before you cast this vote. Because when you go back, while in poverty and anger and hunger, no one is there with you. I'm your best partner.
Okay, so you heard Rochas Okorocha himself saying, he is their best partner. When hunger comes calling on their door, he will always be their partner, and all of that. Rocha's statement, some would say, was quite dramatic, as we saw him show that he was a polyglot. He could speak in different languages. He actually spoke in Hausa yesterday. We saw the rousing, a clap Nigerians gave, the delegate gave to him when he was speaking in Hausa. He also spoke in Igbo, he spoke in English fluently, trying to woo the delegates on his side. And something actually amazing happened on the night when he made the first statement, opening his statement. He said this.
Let me tell you, all this dramatic political jingoism.
Yes, when he made that statement, dramatic political jingoism, we clearly saw the president of the Federal Republic, President Muhammadu Buhari, for the first time smile. Not only smile, but laugh to that statement. We could see his body language and all of that. This goes to show that, aside Dino Milaye, Rochas Okorocha is another person that has the heart of the president when it comes to dramatizing and making certain statements like that. So looking at that aside, on the lighter note, we saw the president's demeanor sparkle after he made that particular statement, despite the long night for the president. But looking at it clearly, what Rocha said so far, trying to woo the delegates, saying he will be their partner or whatever it is, that he's going to stand by them. Looking at that, what do you make of Rocha's official statement yesterday?
Well, Rochas is an eloquent speaker. You must give it to him. A political jingoism.
And a man who doesn't like
Iberibeism. He likes so many ism. So, putting that aside, about Simeon, come to look at it critically. He talked about having experience in the judiciary, in the executive. But the question I want to ask is, how well has he really used that experience to better the lives of people of Imo State? Because he was the governor of Imo State, and what we saw then was statues All right. So
he used that to impact. At least it covers. There's, when you build a high statue, it causes shade. It provides shade for people. People can go there and rest.
And just rest.
That's tourism.
Do you rest when there's nothing in your stomach? All right. How can you rest when you don't have food to eat? You don't have a roof over your head. How can you rest when you don't have a job? All right. How can you rest when you don't have money in your pocket? So these are the things. It's not enough to tell us that you are well schooled. You could speak so many jingoism and whateverism. All right. I admire him a lot, but then let's look at the facts. How well has his experience really come to play? What we need now is somebody who can really deliver, not just somebody who can just speak English, not somebody who can give us speak different dialects. We need somebody who can speak the language Nigerians understand. And what is this language? It's the language of tackling insecurity, the language of putting food on the table of Nigerians, the language of making jobs, employing so many youths, all right? The language of people having roof over their head. That is what we want to see, not English, not jingoism, not any ism. Whatever ism it is, make the foodism possible.
Make the foodism possible. Okay. Anyway, talking about ism, and we all know that Arocha Zokorocha is a polyglottism. And yesterday we saw Asiwaju making a statism, on the night, talking about leadership, talking about giving value. This is what Asiwaju himself had to say on the night while delivering his statement.
The candidate you select must deliver victory in the national election and have the personal gravity and national recognition to pull us through to victory in the state and local government elections as well. He must instill a sense of victory and confidence. Moreover, the candidate must unite Nigerians of all walks of life from all parts of the country. He must have the experience.
Okay, so you've heard Asiwaju saying, the candidate that the APC delegate should vote for is someone who has the experience and someone who has a national, recognition value where everyone at all levels nationally can say, yes, we know this person and we can vote for him. And that is the person the APC should be fielding and be handing the presidential ticket to come 2023. We saw actually a lot of things actually play out with Asiwaju yesterday. He was actually holding some pages of leaflets where his speech was in at the time, making his speech. When he made his entrance to the stage, we saw the rousing applause given to him. We saw the delegates actually screaming. Even those who decided to step down for him also giving him a round of applause when he stepped onto the stage. But a mild drama played out while he was on stage. Him almost stepping off, falling off the stage while making a descent from the stage. We saw in what some actually claimed his hands were shaking while holding on to the paper, trying to flip the pages and also talk about a statement and vision for the APC and all of that. So seeing that, as some have said, Asiwaju is the right person. No wonder some say 7 candidates had to step down for him to be the president. So as much as we are waiting, we are also monitoring the outcome of the APC primaries. Collation of the result will start shortly as a certain candidate are still states are still voting. We are almost getting to the end of the voting process right now. But looking at it clearly, Asiwaju talking about him being the person who has the national value, who can deliver the ticket, the presidential ticket to the APC in 2023.
Well, Baba Asiwaju, as we can see, age is really telling on him. It's a good thing.
He has said he's a youth, so don't know how is age telling on someone.
He's an old youth.
Okay.
Yes, and it's a good thing to grow old and have wisdom, have experience. I admire that about him. He's a man that has really transformed Lagos at a particular time, and I really admire that about him. But at this point, I think he should have really support someone younger. given his experience, he should have really impacted on someone very young, someone like Osibanjo, who we all knew is his political son, even though he has disowned him as a political son. But I would have expected that he supports someone younger, because age is really telling on him. We could see at one particular time he missed his step, and they helped him and all that. So why am I saying this? We don't want to have a situation where we keep having medical tourism. We want to see somebody that could really fix the economy, somebody that can be in Sokoto, go to Bayelsa, be in Delta, go to Enugu, go to places because some of these persons you appoint to work for you, at the end of the day, you find out that they are doing their own thing and then bringing another report for you. You're not there, so you can't really know. But if you are an agile, somebody who is agile, you could be able to go see some of these things for yourself. We want to see somebody who is an international champion, someone who could really go and interface with the international community, not a local champion. All right. I was listening to.
So are you saying Asiwaju is a local champion?
No, I'm not saying he is. I'm saying what we expect as Nigerians. Okay. All right. Somebody who can interface internationally. We had a discussion here with Mr. Rotimi. I can't remember his other name.
Okay.
He was telling us about the figures. He was talking about
the elder brother to the spokesperson of Vice President Yemi Osinbajo.
No.
Yes, that's Raz Rotimi. He's the elder brother to the
guest we had.
Rotimi Akonde. He is the elder brother to Laolu Akonde, the spokesperson for the Vice President.
Fine.
Yes.
He was telling us about the figures. About if you can't bring $1 million to the table, you have no business. Being $1 billion naira, he said, right? I can't remember the actual dollars. Yeah. Now you have no business being there. I also listened to Jack Rich yesterday. I'm surprised you've not really played his soundbit.
Yes, Jack Rich started with his compelling story of his childhood, how he lost his parents and all of that, and how he wants to bring the experience of being an orphan to bear at the presidential level. So I couldn't really extract ease.
Now, we want to see somebody who can really engage the international community, someone who can really convince investors to come to Nigeria, because some of these investors, the story they hear from Nigeria is not something they really want to buy into. All right, we need somebody who can go there and tell them something else, somebody who can really convince them, bring them back here to invest their money here in Nigeria, so that there will be jobs for the teeming youth of Nigeria. All right. So it's not somebody who will just tell us, who will come out and whip up sentiment, tell us how this region, put this region against the other region. No, we need to move from that stance. We need somebody who can really do things that we can feel, things that we can see. It's not just telling us on paper, because Nigerians are very good at making good policies on paper, but implementation has always been the problem.
Okay, it's time for us to go pay another bill. Of course, when we come back, we will definitely continue the conversation, but this time moving away from the APC primaries and talking about other developments in the news and on the headlines this morning. Please stay with us.
This is an infomercial. DGOG Hotel Limited. Are you looking for a place to lodge? A place that has a gym house, swimming pool, public and private bar, restaurant, and even laundry? At DGOG Hotel, side attraction is vital. That is why every Wednesday is for barbecue and every Friday is African night, where varieties of African dishes are served at affordable prices. Look no further, as DGOG Hotel Limited got you covered. DGOG Hotel Limited is located at DGOG Main 52 Road, 58 Solari Avenue off 5th Avenue, Gwarimpa, Abuja, or DGOC Annex at House 13 and 14, A Close off 3rd Avenue, Gwarimpa, Abuja. You can contact them on 070-3144-5568 or 081-5555-4937, or you can check them out on Instagram at official_DGOC Hotel. Hold on, there is more. Coming to you exclusively from DGOC Hotel is the African Night starting from Friday 13th of May. Time is 5 p.m. So keep it a date with us at DGOC Hotel. See you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the all-new high-definition TSTV, Africa's digital satellite television provider. With more than 100 channels covering every aspect of life, TSTV offers viewing pleasure at all times for all demographics. Catch world-class sports, music, movies, news, children's, educational, religious, documentary, reality TV channels, and so much more on TSTV. It's all in high definition. For as little as ₦2, you can watch what you want, when you want, on our special bouquets, a la carte, pay-as-you-go, and pay-per-view. Our TSTV rollout channels are available all over Nigeria and in most African countries. To be part of this viewing experience, pick up your TSTV decoders, accessories, and preloaded vouchers from our dealer shops nationwide at unbelievably affordable prices. For more information, download the TSTV app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. You can check out our website, www.tstvafrica.com, or hit us up at TSTV Africa on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or call 0990-40990. Telecom Satellite Television, TSTV, connecting your world.
Thank you for staying with us and welcome back to Bright Republic right here on Bright 98.7. 4 minutes to the top of the hour, 9 o'clock. My name is still Simeon Sunday. And of course, let's touch on a few more headlines before we get straight to opening the phone lines. And let's start this with the development on ASU. Yesterday, we brought that, and another development is on the news. And on the Punch, it says talks with federal government panel over strike fruitless. This is according to SANU. Now, the Joint Action Committee of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities and Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions has said no tangible achievement was recorded at the federal government renegotiation panel. Speaking in an interview with the Punch correspondent on Tuesday, the National Vice President SANU, Dr. Abdul Sabur Salam, said the panel met only once with SANU since it was inaugurated on March 7, 2022. And the Punch had reported that the committee, which was chaired by the Pro-Chancellor of Alex Ekweme Federal University, Ndufo-Alike, Professor Emeritus Nimi Briggs, was given 3 months to conclude the renegotiation with the 4 university unions and send a report to the federal government. The committee's timeline ended on Monday. It is believed that the committee will submit its report to the federal government this week or get an extension. But Salam explained that Briggs Committee's engagement with SANU had been minimal and the timeline was not being adhered to. And then he suggested that the panel be properly empowered to take decisions on behalf of the government. Yesterday, we had, ASU saying they had at least the conversation they had with the panel was progressive, which meant at least they got to a point, despite the fact that ASU said the bulk of the responsibility is still with the government. And now SANU coming out to say, the meeting they had was fruitless, and they had minimal meeting with the Professor Emeritus Nimi Briggs, committee, which was set up by the federal government to ensure they renegotiate the agreements made with all these unions, the 4 unions of our tertiary institutions. So looking at this, ASU is saying possibly it is progressive, but no decision will be made yet. SANU is saying it was totally fruitless. So were they making, having the meeting mostly with ASU and not other unions?
Well, I think it seems that way because from what they've said, ASU is saying one thing, SANU is saying another thing. I think these guys should stop playing with our feelings. They raise our hopes and then they dash it. It's high time they just sit down and be on the same page and come out to tell us what they've really achieved. All this back and front. We don't need all that. All right? We have so many persons at home who are just languishing away. All right? Doing one social vices, involving one social vices or the other. These guys are supposed to be in school, okay? And then the other day, you're talking about 20 million PVCs not being collected. Like I said before, most of these PVCs belong to the students who registered in school and they can't pick it up. So it's high time the politicians sit together and do themselves some good, because having these guys in school, they'll vote and then their vote will count.
Okay, away from that, let's talk about the Owo massacre, which is on the Punch, and it says George confirms 38 deaths, plans mass burial for unidentified corpses. And it says Authorities of the Diocese of Ondo on Tuesday said 38 persons have so far been confirmed dead in the Sunday terrorist attack on St. Francis Catholic Church, Owo, Ondo State. The diocesan Bishop Jude Arogundade disclosed this in an interview with The Punch. And gunmen had on Sunday attacked the church located at Owalua Street in Owo, the hometown of the state governor Rotimi Akeredolu, where several were injured and leaving many parishioners dead as well. But Arogundade said the diocese had been able to account for 38 victims. He, however, said some families picked up corpses of their loved ones and those who could not be accounted for by the diocese. Meanwhile, a source in the church actually said that the diocese may consider mass burial for the victims of the massacre, as some bodies had not been identified and claimed by their relatives since the incident happened. And the source, however, said a final decision has not been reached on the date and other burial arrangements.
Well, it's quite sad that up to now we've not heard of any arrest being made by the authorities. I think at this point our intelligence personnel need to really step up their game. They need to. I don't know if they had intelligence and the intelligence was not being worked on, but at this point, if they don't have enough personnel, they should start recruiting, because we can't continue to live like this. Like I said yesterday, it's high time every public building, every church have a CCTV camera. I believe if there were CCTV cameras in all of these places, we'll have been able to trace have one or two facts about these persons, all right? And then the civil defense can be put to use to guide some of these church premises and public buildings, because nobody knows where this thing can happen again. So I think the government need to really start to really do something to instill confidence on the citizens.
Okay, anyway, those are the headlines this morning on Bright Republic. We had to take a few of them, supporting the major story we have today, which was the APC primaries. It's time for us to, open the phone lines right now. The number to call is 081 30 111 724. 081 30 111 724. That is the number to call, and then to send us a message via WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is 070-3372-8313. 070-3372-8313. When you call, please tell us which of the stories you want to react to, and remember, let's be civil in our opinions and our submissions. And please, we all have 90 seconds, that is 1 minute 30 seconds, to make our submission so we can give room to others. Once is 1 minute 30 seconds, you get automatically timed out. You get automatically timed out. So try as much as possible to be concise as possible and make all your submissions in 1 minute 30 seconds. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Great to have you on the show today. What is your name, please?
Thank you. This is Bayo from Kefi.
Obina.
This is Bayo from Kefi.
Oh, Bayo from Kefi. Bayo, you're welcome.
Thank you. I want to talk with the last comment regarding to the killings in the Ondo or Owo.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yes, this is so saddening that such things happen in our nation, where at the tournament of political legislation in the country, whereby the political aspirants are not talking in that security, are talking of their own issues. Most especially, I want to talk regarding to the identity of the cops and the work of the security agents who would have reached up the information intelligence regarding to this. It seems that almost of our pastor agents and others are sleeping, who are supposed to be in the field, up and down. Most people prefer to sit in office and then receiving the salary and white clothes, access to them for their services are not being rendered. And souls are dying here and there. Up to now, we have not heard any information regarding to what people who are behind such. I think they should brief up to their responsibilities and make sure the country is safe, because that is what they are being paid for. In the absence of this, I think they should resign from their duties and get people who will do the right thing and make sure souls are safe and the daily things life goes on to the country. Because we are not living in a country whereby one eye is open, one eye is closed, and people who are out and coming in, they are not safe even the certainty of their life within the day.
Okay, your time is up. Your time is up, Bayo.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bayo. Reacting to, the attack in Ondo State. Thank you so much. Good morning to you. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, you're welcome. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Apologies. Kindly call back 081-30-111-724. 081-30-111-724. Please, when you call, ensure you are audible enough so we can hear you, okay? And make sure you move away from your radio or TV set when you call us. 081-30-111-724. And if you're trying to call and you can get through, kindly drop a message on our WhatsApp portal. The WhatsApp number is 070-3372-8313. You have just 90 seconds. Good morning.
Senior, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Eric. Apologies for that. I think, Eric, I mistakenly dropped your call. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Please, 90 seconds. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is Chinedu calling from Guarampa.
Chinedu, welcome.
Yeah, I want to comment on the issue of APC primary. Their political jingoism that they are doing there. You see, this is a high time Nigerians know that this is not in kind of trying to designate any political party. But with what they are doing and what they are trying to do, they have nothing to offer Nigeria. Most of the I'm sorry to say, if you watch the person that some people speak, in their body shape, is it what we are going to, Nigeria is going to shake again for next 4 or 8 years? We will not.
Hello, Chinedu. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Kindly call back 081-30-111-724. But we get what you were trying to say. Good morning.
This is Eric.
Okay, Eric, welcome.
Thank you. My reaction to the ongoing APC National Convention for them to produce the candidate. Well, we wish them all the best as they are going into the event. We wish to see who will finally emerge as the counting is ongoing right now. So by projection, at least some of us might have seen who will be the winner of that convention. We wish them all the best. We are ready, supporters of Peter Obi, to face them and to do our campaign. And what interests me on what happened on that convention is the reaction of Governor Yaya Bello to the chairman of APC. In as much as some of us, we said the leader of the party as the Abdullah Adamu, I think he was a little bit wrong in my own opinion of coming out open to have endorsed somebody instead of him being a gentleman and be a father to all the aspirants. But the reaction of Yaya Bello, that the convention that people were watching all over, for him to have snubbed his national chairman like that when he was greeting dignitaries on the podium, I think is a very wrong reaction too, coming from Yaya Bello. Yaya Bello is a governor. At least he would have shown sportsmanship or been a gentle guy by respecting Abdullah Adamu. Abdullah Adamu has been a governor for 8 years, and he has also been a senator, I think, like 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. So at least, no matter what the grudges Yaya Bello had against Abdullah Adamu, he wouldn't have displayed it the way he displayed with words. So to me, I was not actually happy with him. I was not also happy with Abdullah Adamu for endorsing Ahmed Lawal. So they shouldn't be displaying all those kind of attitudes for some of us who have interest in politics and other people who may be watching it. It is a very wrong thing for someone to copy or to be displaying. So they shouldn't have been like that. Let there be gentleman, whatsoever, is it display or sportsmanship in politics. Thank you very much. Politics of grievances is not good. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Eric. Politics of grievance is not good. Okay. Anyway, that is your opinion and that is your submission. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Hello?
Kindly turn down your radio or TV set.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Also,
Great. What is your name, please?
I want to comment about this national convention.
Okay, what is your name, please, and where are you calling from?
My name is Mohammed. I'm calling you from Maraba.
Okay, Mohammed, you're welcome. Go ahead. Hello, Mohammed. Okay, apologies for that. I do not know why the line dropped, but do well to call back. 08130111724. 08130111724. And the number to send your messages to via WhatsApp is 07033728313. 07033728313. Let's get to talk about the headlines this morning. You can react to any of the headlines, can react to one or two or more of the headlines we've shared. And remember, please let us all be civil with our submissions. Okay, we do not accept insult to anybody or any person right here. If you must address an issue, please address the issue and not personalities. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. You're welcome.
I'm Maxwell Lazarus, calling from Masaka.
You're welcome, Maxwell.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, Bello, what he's saying, it seems like these people don't have vision, mission for this our country. He said he's coming to build on what President Buhari did. What is his own vision? That is my question I'm asking. And I found it very difficult to get the answer from him. Please let this our leader come up with a very good.
Hello. Okay, I wouldn't know what is wrong with the phone line this morning. Please, if you're trying to reach out to us and you're having difficulty, kindly drop a message on WhatsApp. We will also get it here. The WhatsApp number is 07033728313. 33728313. And the number to call is 08130111724. 08130111724. We are working towards resolving the phone lines, but I think the phone lines is connecting now. You can actually start calling 08130111724. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. You're welcome.
Yes, thank you very much. My name is
Yeah, hello.
And actually, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, this is actually the first time I'm listening to your radio station.
Oh, you're welcome.
And yes, I find the conversation very interesting.
You're welcome. Thank you.
See, it's as interesting as the same occurrences in our country. Now, I quickly want to talk about the ongoing tension. Like a previous caller said, as the Nigerian youth that I am, if we begin to see what is happening with a convention being handled by our elderly people in this country, people we look up to as our leaders, people who have been managing this country for so many years, and we see the way they are handling issues, the way they can comport themselves, they cannot do things right. We've had how money fly, all over the airspace. It happened with the PDP convention. Now it's happening at the APC convention. It's not a rumor because, like earlier, I had some of them said, put their monies in your pocket and do the right thing. And you had our vice president also said, your vote is your prayers to God for Nigeria. So obviously you see that a lot of things are going wrong. And you see people that are fathers to people and mothers to people who come out and tell Nigerians they want to rule Nigeria, and they pay 100 million naira each. They go to their villages, they are campaigning, and they go to their towns when they know that they are dishonest, when they know that they are not honest people. They know it's just a game that when they get to this stage, they will step down.
So who gave them the 100 million naira that they threw about? Where did they get such money? Is there anybody who will spend 100 million naira, claiming he or she has passion to lead this country, that will just chicken out? Just chicken out like that? So you can see the insincerity, in this whole thing. It's a money business, it's a game. Can Nigerians trust this kind of people to lead them? If we truly are people that ask questions, will anybody in his right senses, anybody who wants Nigeria to move forward, vote for this kind of people? I don't understand what is wrong with us. I don't know why this politics of money.
You're making it seem like, amongst this individual, yes, we know that in every sphere of life, whether in economy, whether in politics, whether in business and all of that, we have bad eggs. But using a blank statement, making it seem like every person who was within the structure of this party, they have nothing to offer, and making it seem like they are all terrible. Do you think that is not fair on them, on certain individuals and certain persons?
Okay, sir. I'd like to buttress my claims to a question. I was made to understand, I don't know, I still correct, that the average salary of the Nigerian president in a year is about 10.something million naira. I don't know how correct I am, sir. So, but if that is true, going by what I just said, why would somebody in the first place pay 100 million naira just to campaign to win an election for 4 years? Pay 100 million naira to rule Nigeria to get a salary of something million naira in the first place? People like this from PDP and said he doesn't want to he's not into this kind of money politics. He's not to rule Nigeria. He just wants this country to move forward.
You will need to wrap up, sir. You've actually exceeded your time, sir.
It's okay. Thank you very much. I just feel pained. That we seem so blind. We cannot see. And the people we are talking about are the people that are even getting more votes. They're the ones that are clapping for there. They're the ones that people are hailing. It's very unfortunate, sir. Have a good day, sir.
Okay, thank you, and have a good day as well. This one says, good morning, my name is Enoch from Gishiri. I want to comment on the APC candidate. APC, they are not ready because all what they are doing is not the right thing. We do not need APC because not a change can give. Okay, there is no change that the party can give to the country. Okay, that is what you're saying. Anyway, that is your opinion, and that's what you feel about the party. 08130111724 08130111724. That is the number to call, and then you can also drop a message on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is 070 33728313 070 33728313. That is the WhatsApp number. I think we'll take one more call, and of course we'll be having a few persons step into the studio as we talk. This one says, good morning, Simeon. APC have actually lost the direction. Forget about their contestant, okay? That is your opinion. I don't know name on that particular message. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning.
I'm Martin.
Martin, you're welcome. Martin, please, you have just 1 minute, please. 60 seconds, and you're the last caller.
Okay. My own contribution is about
Martins, kindly speak up, please.
Yeah, I don't think that we need anything from APC because they are the problem we are having in Nigeria. So, and the insecurity we are having in Nigeria, so they should not with their partner, we don't need it. I think we're very good to have no president.
Okay, we can barely hear you, Joe. I can barely hear or piece out or what you're actually saying. Anyway, I must actually say thank you, for all those who actually called, even amazing first-time callers who actually, stumbled on the show today. This is Bright FM, and we are transmitting on the frequency 98.7. This is our political and current affairs show. It airs every weekday. That is Mondays through Fridays at 8 a.m. on the dot. And what we do here, we discuss the headlines, we discuss national issues, we discuss politics, and of course we have our analysts always coming in here to join on the conversation. Thank you so much for calling in today. And also thank you so much, Ejiro Onuato, for your in-depth analysis of some of the happenings on the headline this morning.
Yeah, thank you, Simeon. But I think every Nigerian needs to go get their PVC. All right, that is your power.
Okay, every Nigerian has to get their PVC. That is your power. But Ejiro, before we have my conversation with the guest coming into the studio shortly, we actually saw a trend. This is on a lighter note, but this was worrisome for a lot of Nigerians that for every time certain candidates step out at the APC primaries, the kind of song they play for them kindly tell, for some people, tell stories. When Asiwaju actually stepped out on the podium to speak, and also when the vice president stepped out on the podium to speak, what we heard the DJ play was "Don't sleep, wake up, collect your money." That was what we heard. Nigerians have been talking about this. That what was the DJ trying to tell us? At the party primaries.
Well, as you can see, they are just giving us insight of everything that is happening. All right, collect your money. It means that money has been going around. You see. At this point in time, Nigerians need to shine their eye, because it's like this corruption has been institutionalized. Because imagine the DJ playing song, collect your money. All right, it means so many. Come on, I think it's too much. It's just too much. This corruption we need to kill this corruption before it kills Nigeria.
Okay, anyway, this is Bright Republic. Stay with us. I'll be back shortly, and then have a conversation with a few people who will be coming into the studio to tell you about something you need to know about. Stay here. This is Bright Republic.
I am here since 3 days ago. Like corruption can happen at anywhere.
Corrupt with petrol. I prefer it with not a none of corruption with petrol. I see them for hotel, I see them for market. And if you see them, you go know.
They say you get where them, then they embalm themselves, but me, I never go to that kind of place before.
Let's discuss the headlines and politics.
Going by the Senate Standing Orders of 2011 as amended, which is the genuine and authentic, because it has never, and it protects. Will you shut up?
Get involved. Air your opinions. In this republic, we don't turn off your mic. Join us on Bright Republic, weekdays,
8 a.m. Okay, you're welcome back. And of course, before I step aside for OB of Sport, who will be coming on in a bit, while we discuss politics and talk about politics, it is necessary you check your health as well, because you don't want to discuss the problems of challenges the country are facing and you're not well, you're not healthy enough to talk about it. So you don't slum in the process of discussing several challenges we have. As much as we know that we have challenges in the country, and these are issues we want to address, and we're trying to address on Bright Republic. Also, you need to check your health and get to know the state of your health. Anyway, we have a beautiful lady right here in the studio. She is from Phytoscience. She'll be telling us more about their company and also what they have in stock for us today. And of course, we have Patience. She is a stem cell ambassador. Good morning to you, Patience. Great to have you today.
Good morning. I'm glad to be here.
Great to have you on the show today. So let's talk about Phytoscience for a little bit. What do you do?
Okay, I'm a stem cell ambassador. Primarily, we educate people, share wealth of information on how you can age gracefully, also looking younger than your chronological age, prevent challenges and maintain them, and also help to take care of those ones that exist. We basically believe that since we are made of cell, which is a basic unit of life, the structural and functional units of life. Every tissues, organs, and the entire body system is made up of cell. We need to also consider what the cell really loves, which is nature.
Okay.
Yeah, most of the things we ingest are not doing too good to the system. And, when somebody, probably falls sick or something, you tend to manage the condition or give it a temporary relief. We have different branches of treatments. We have the orthodox, we have the herbal, we also have the regenerative therapy, which is the latest technology in clinical wellness called the plant stem cell therapy. We have 3 types. So I'm going to dive into the other 2.
When you talk about all of this, it seems like a big jargon for a lot of people, especially medical terms and all of that. Anyway, I know you will break it down for us to understand as well.
Yes.
Anyway, go ahead.
So the stem cell therapy has come to stay, and the plant stem cell therapy is what we promote. So we as trained ambassadors, we educate people and let them know that though the lifespan has drastically dropped, you can actually up it by giving your cells what it deserves. Whatever you're ingesting, you're either fighting disease or you're feeding disease. We also have other factors that affect our health, and which are the things that we need to, take cognizance of. So basically, we educate people, and so we are having a presentation, trying to sensitize people and let them know that you are your number one doctor before you start, looking out for other sources or help elsewhere. So you need to understand what the body really, really needs.
Okay.
Yes, and most times when there's ill health condition, it is because the cells are not regenerating enough. That's just basically true, causing different kind of degenerative challenges. Most of those challenges are called degenerative challenges. I can go on and to mention many. They are very popular ones like diabetes, even cancer, sickle cell. I don't want to go deeply into that, but there is great news about people living with sickle cell. Right?
Oh, okay.
So we want to invite the public to come here, something that could help you age gracefully and also look younger than your chronological age. And we have our office at the Avalon Plaza opposite Kia Motors. It's on Suite 43, first floor at Avalon Plaza. That's the address, the Avalon Plaza. Yeah, opposite Kia Motors at Utako.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, amazing. So let me even ask you this, because you talked about regeneration, stem cells, and all of that. You know, some of this science, Nigerians can get confused. What we know is we have headache, and that's it. We have malaria. We go get over-the-counter drugs and all of that. But we're not talking about drugs here. We're not talking about medications here. But basically, let's talk about the climate we find ourselves in Nigeria. There are some certain factors that actually aid, some of the toxins we ingest without even knowing them, that we do that because of the kind of foods we eat. So now understanding the climate we're in, this is Nigeria. Some people will eat eba in the morning, eba in the afternoon, fufu in the night, semo in the morning, and and all of that. So the kind of food we eat as well is not something that actually help us and help our system as well. So
most people don't observe the body natural cycle. It's a cycle you have to follow.
Oh, amazing!
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that, because we need to know that as well.
Okay,
these are information we learn for free.
That's what we educate people about. I wish we could have more time, but if you can't make it, you could also put a call through to some numbers.
Okay.
081 386 03033. The number again is 081 386 03033. We also have other numbers. I'll mention that later, but I just want to give you a little snippet about the body natural cycle.
Okay.
Yeah, in three parts. The first one is the elimination stage. We also have the appropriation stage and also the absorption stage.
Okay.
Now, the elimination stage, like you rightly mentioned, even this morning in the hotel I lodged, I saw somebody taking swallow
in the morning.
That wasn't friendly enough. So I had a conversation with him, and he was so interested. He wanted to know me more. So that elimination stage, you have to take things that would help to aid elimination. Like you mentioned, toxins, right? Sometimes some people carry fecal matter up to 5 years. Most of all these things.
By fecal matter, what do you mean, please?
The poo. Let me use the word.
Yes, I get that.
Yes. So, and that's not healthy. You can imagine being in confined in a room where you have some wastes, right, for days. You can imagine how the room will eventually ooze. And that's sometimes we house those toxins in our body, not just days, sometimes months and all, So like the medical doctors will say, that starts from the colon. I know you're finding this interesting, but just that we don't have much time. That's why we want to educate people. Okay. So the elimination stage, there are certain kind of, foods that you indulge in. We also have the appropriation stage. Do you take a lot of fruits and vegetables? So much? Or you just, consider the size of the food? Like, when you raise your hand, your fist up, look at it very well. Yeah. That is the size of your stomach. Most people take more foods at once than what is required.
Wow.
So there are a lot of things.
Wow. This, in fact, I wish we had more time to talk about our health and all of that. Anyway, I believe that's why Patience is here to tell us more about the event coming up. So tell us about the event, the training you have, the sensitization to tell, Nigerians what they need to do, especially as regards their health, what they can actually ingest, to look younger, stay fresh and stay healthy so you don't shake at old age and all of that. Yes. So tell us more about the event. Give us the date it will be happening, and of course the event center.
The date is going to be tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Tomorrow by 11 a.m. at the Avalon Plaza, opposite Kia Motors. It's on the first floor, suite 043.
Okay.
That's where it resides, and you can also put a call through. We'll be able to attend to you. We have 081 3860 3033. I'll take that again. 081 3860 3033. We also have another number.
Okay.
090 739 00398. I'll take that again. 090 739 00390. It is absolutely free.
Wow, free of charge. You don't have to pay to come and learn all these fecal matters, the colon.
In fact, you'll be happy you came.
Okay, amazing. Anyway, the training or the seminar is happening tomorrow. It is happening at the Avalon Plaza. Tomorrow is the 9th of June 2022. Tomorrow, 9th of June 2022 at Suite 43 Avalon Plaza. This is opposite Kia Motors, just by Utako in Jabi, around there, right? Okay, so make sure you attend that seminar. I'll try as much as possible to make out time because I'll need to learn. There are some things you said about me, some things that like the eba, I eat eba in the morning. Yes, I eat eba in the morning.
Don't worry. By the time you correct your body, your body chemistry, you won't remember eba in the morning again.
I really want to live on fruit because when I see people eat vegetables and all of that, sometimes the African in me will say, you be good, and all of that. We need to know that. Anyway, I must say thank you so much, Patience, for coming. So is there any extra information we need to know now before we go?
Yeah, I just want to say this, that with God, all things are possible. The fact that you've not seen a solution to all those chronic medical conditions, some persons have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 challenges in one body. That can be taken care of because the therapy is actually cellular rejuvenation secret. It works from the cellular level. So the fact that you've not seen the solution doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It does exist, and there are so many people that have come and expressed their joy being partnering with us.
Okay, so let's see, before we talk about solutions, so let's talk about the seminar. Go and learn about your health first, and then probably after that, whatever you learn, you can put it into practice. Thank you so much, Patience, for coming.
I'm
Patience
glad to be of service.
is a stem cell ambassador from Phytoscience. Do well to join the seminar tomorrow at Avalon Plaza, Suite 43. Avalon Plaza is just directly opposite Kia Motors in Otako. Number again is 081-3860-3033. The number to call to get more information is 081-3860-3033. And of course, it's time for me to step aside because Obi of Sports is here looking at me. He wants to give me colon. Don't mind me. I'm just kidding. Anyway, OVO Sports is here getting set to rock your radio with Bright Sports. My name is Simeon Sunday. See you tomorrow.